Manitoba Hydro is navigating serious challenges. Ongoing droughts brought on by climate change have diminished its ability to generate electricity efficiently, and infrastructure along the Bipole 1 and 2 transmission lines are over 5 decades old and have been flagged for billions of dollars in upgrades. Honorable Speaker, there is a coalition of consumer groups that have warned that this government's rate freeze might only delay higher rate hikes in future years. Can the government elaborate on what the future of hydro rates might look like considering the current freezes?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Honourable Speaker, for many years, Manitobans saw their hydro rates go up and up and up because the former government focused on that alone when it came to hydro, raising rates on Manitobans. We're doing really important work, of course, of not only keeping rates affordable, but also investing in the energy infrastructure Manitobans rely on. When it comes to reliability, we've announced investments in Bipole, which will help to ensure that energy from northern Manitoba can get down to southern Manitoba to support businesses and Manitoban homeowners. And of course, we've also announced 600 megawatts of new wind energy to make sure we have the power we need to keep our province moving forward. We're building Manitoba, we're building our energy supplies, and we're doing it while we keep energy affordable.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a supplementary question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Manitobans are feeling the pressure of rising costs, and we want to encourage every effort to support affordability. However, we need to ensure that public policy is sustainable. Freezing rates reduces Hydro's revenue, yet the cost of operation and capital investment continues to rise. According to its submission, Hydro must invest $31 billion over the next 20 years to upgrade critical infrastructure and boost capacity. Can this government outline what financial modeling was done to assess the impact of the rate freeze?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Honourable Speaker, this government supports the Public Utilities Board. We know that they do important work in helping to keep rates low along with government. Under the previous government that was in power, what did they do? They sought to kneecap the Public Utilities Board and their role. What they did is they sought to have the government and politicians set hydro rates. We know that the best way to do this to ensure affordability is to work, to support the work of the pub, to ensure as government we ensure energy affordability by supporting their important work. And we're going to do that, keep that affordability in place while we build out the energy infrastructure we need. Again, under them, they didn't build one single megawatt in 7.5 years. And while they failed to do anything, they continued to jack up rates on Manitobans. We're going to keep rates affordable. We're going to respect the role of the pub, and we're going to build the energy we need to keep powering our businesses and Manitoba homes.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a final supplementary question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Manitobans are counting on leadership that balances compassion with long-term planning. While a hydro rate freeze might provide short-term relief, we know the risks of policies that aren't grounded in sound economics. Hydro's current debt is approximately $24.6 billion, and this shortfall is primarily attributed to drought and reduced water levels, which have impacted revenue over the past 2 years. Is this government prepared to release a transparent plan showing how this rate freeze will be managed without pushing the burden onto future generations or onto those who can least afford it once the freeze ends?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Honourable Speaker, I appreciate the important question, and I would say that we have brought forward a transparent plan in the form of a GRA to the Public Utilities Board. It's about a 1,000-page-plus document that outlines the path forward for hydro and how we're going to ensure they have the resources they need to do their important work. Now, under the members opposite for many years, what did we see? Did we see a government respecting the role of the pub and keeping rates affordable? No. What we saw was a government that actually did unbelievably unusual things like legislate hydro rate increases on Manitobans for the first time in our province's history. And I remember that they did, along with my colleagues here, that they did that in the midst of COVID during an affordability crisis. Their record is legislating hydro rates on Manitobans, doing everything they could to jack them up as quickly as possible. That's contrasted with our work, keeping rates affordable while we build.